right. Welcome. Hopefully you guys can see and hear me. Going to the comment section now. And looks like we got a Mr. Tim Daniels in Australia and Dana from Ontario, Canada. So if you guys or anybody else in here can hear me or see me, let me know if the audio sucks or if the video sucks. And if you're seeing me and I look ugly, then the video is probably good. So we'll go with that for now. See who comes in here. We got Mr. Leather Action. Let's go get to watch a banger video before work. I don't know how much of a banger video it'll be, but all right. Looks like we're getting some people in, which is always good to see. And looks like everything looks and sounds at least up to par. We have, let's see. Well, you guys are piling in here quick. We got Mr. Leather Action. We got Tim Daniels, Light 'em Up Outdoors. It's a new one to me. Nice having you. Don't recognize you. Throw a comment down below. Let me know what's up with your channel. We got Rocket. We got Mike. We got Juan Cruz, Justin Podell, David Lewis. We got Central Arc PRS. We all know who that is. I won't give them up on here. William Gittins, Tim Rink, Checkmate TSO. Oh, let's see. Can I get out of my own way? Got a old Checkmate there and a TS2 on the wall. So you're in good company, sir. We got Douglas Kirk, or Kirka, actually. Sorry about that. We got Rick Lore. We got Dave Hiller. I got a freaking net. I'm going to get him today. I swear to God, this is the same gnat. It's like this guy's got more experience on the live stream than I do at this point. I'm going to get him. Today's his day. I didn't buy the bug assault. We talked about it last time. Let's see. We got Mr. Dave Hiller. We got Orange Smoke. We got Tree Feller. What's up, brother? Scott Luther. By the way, I got your gun wash scene on here, and it's great. Man, it is freaking good. I love this. I've got another piece you can't see off to the side over here and over here. And over here. I love it. There's no going back. Let's see. Who did we miss? Grant Watson. So how many rimfire shooters are having Bixen anti-tag sport pro just go down on them at matches? I was feeling lucky till today when mine failed a match after 1900 rounds. That's weird. I have a pro. Which one is my Pro X in? The Voodoo, and I have a pro in the Rimex, and no problems on my end so far, but nothing is impervious, as we know, to going down. We got Turkey Foot from Ohio. We got Robson Connolly. Dirt ATV, nice seeing you, brother. We got Andrew. Best 4 to 6 inch Arca rail for an at one. Honestly, if you don't need weight, go on Amazon. Arca rail is super common, been used for cinematography stuff for years, all over Amazon because of that, and you can get it dirt cheap. And, at the end of the day, it's just a piece of aluminum. So the cheapest one you find that works for you, probably the best bet, because you can buy one on Amazon, and if it's too short, too long, you could always return it via Amazon. So that helps. Now, if you're looking for a full-length one and you want some other features like weight, etc., then Area 419, the other companies that sell a lot of these things, are good to go. Let's see. We got Brian Turner. He said he may be vertically challenged, but don't leave me out, bro. I'm vertically challenged too, so I wouldn't leave you out. Let's see. Am I testing the new Gen 2? I will be as soon as they inlet it for CZ. So I did already talk to MDT trying to get one as soon as the CZ inletting is out, and I have like the perfect combination ready for it. So that'll be pretty cool. Tree Feller, what's up? It's Pride Month in New Orleans, apparently. Well, you should be pretty far from New Orleans. We got Mr. Big Sky. We have Andy Amore. We have, let's see, was that BDF 1996? Danny's new rims bolt fix. Let's see. We got Elijah. Hope this video won't include straws and prophylactics. Keep it family friendly, please. Okay, it's time for me to let this go. I have worn out. Dude, you wore the straw and prophylactic thing out like a month ago, but just for you, because I know it scares you. You got them old Marines that are scared of change. Watch out. I got the straw. It never leaves the gun room. And when I'm shooting some of them rimfires, it never leaves my range bag. Opinions on Little barrels for long range. Let's see. You didn't see that one coming, did you? You didn't think that I would have a Little barrel sitting here, did you? But I did. Can I throw this long range? No. Can you shoot at long range? Yes. I have shot a lot of Liljas long range without any problems, just like any other barrel. It's all about finding the ammunition, and as you go longer and longer distance, I'm talking plus, outside 200 yards, SD and ES become really, really important. So that ammo, now you're looking at two parts, because a lot of people test for ammo at 50 yards for accuracy. Accuracy is one part of it. SD and ES, which is standard deviation and extreme spread, and we're talking about how tight muzzle velocities are, one shot after the other. That really doesn't have a huge impact at 50 yards. So when you're looking at long range, now you're looking at testing for accuracy and SD and ES, tight standard deviations. And that way you can get, the best downrange accuracy at distance. So, but, can you do it with Lilja? Of course, for sure. We got Mr. Steve Haynes. Great work. I appreciate you, brother, joining in from Ohio. Let's see. There's at least one MDT Premier Gen 2 at Pig River this weekend. Yeah, well, they have, and I'm sure there's MDT pro shooters at Pig River. Right now, unfortunately, just a 700 inlets. So my next 700 inlet's probably going to be the Elite. But I definitely want to do the Premier Gen 2 for the CZ, as they specifically made fixes for CZ rifles and inlets, which is why I'm pretty excited about it. Can you compare 22 and 17? So 17 is much better ballistically. People get the misconception that bullet weight is what negates wind, and it's in reality, it's a real small part of the formula for the BC, which is basically the bullet's ability to cut through the wind. 17 is better. So skinnier, longer bullets are always going to be better BC, generally speaking. So it's a faster bullet with better BC. That's why I don't allow them in 22 competitions. So ballistically speaking, it's better in almost every way than 22. But they don't make as much ammo. So, trying to find that perfect amount of ammo is going to be a little bit harder. So for competition use, I still prefer 22. Long range varminting, I would probably take the 17 over the 22 pretty much all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. Got Mr. Grant Brittain. Hey, Josh, been having fun with the new 26-inch Lilja. Shoots nice. That's exactly what this is, actually. How do you feel about a modified firing pin? I have modified and unmodified. I've seen a slight difference in the modified. So in some cases, it can help. In some cases, you won't see a difference. For the amount of money you're investing into either one, buying one, or two, just, kind of fiddling with it yourself, I don't think you can go wrong. It's not a high dollar piece of equipment. You're not, staking a lot on the line. So I think it's worth messing with. Let's see. Any ideas of a manufacturer for a left chassis? I think if I'm not mistaken, I think PDC Custom probably does a left-handed. And there's somebody else I'm missing, maybe KRG or one of the other guys. And even maybe some of the MDT stuff. I'm not super sure. Let's see. Yeah, we got Leather Action saying MDT. Let's see. Have I tried Lapua Pistol SP? I have, but it's been a really long time. So this is way back in the day when I was testing all the different ammos for my original 457. I did shoot some Lapua Pistol OSP, if I remember. Didn't do anything spectacular. But, again, one lot may be great. The next lot, not so great. Hard to say. He said he is here finding him an MTR barrel whilst I'm here driving from NOLA to Nashville. Jeez. Oh, are you, you're in probably early for Nationals then, I would imagine, which I forgot about. So that would make sense why the Australians are lurking around inside U.S. borders. Let's see here. What do you consider enough data, shots and groups to determine accuracy of ammo and gun combination? It's more of a time thing for me because one ammo on one day will perform differently on the next day and so on and so forth. So once I've shot, realistically, I like to shoot a gun pretty much across all seasons to really know what the gun's all about. I mean, if it's accurate, you're going to tell right away. If it's not picky, you're going to know that right away. But, I have some guns and some ammo combos that certainly shoot better in certain times of year. And I have some guns and some ammo that shoot good pretty much all year, just kind of a case by case basis. But I don't tend to pass immediate judgment on them for long-term use, but very quickly. But you can tell pretty much right out the gate, at least generally, how it's going to perform. Let's see. Southeast Georgia, new company building, very mobile. Target stands is very stable, just something I built for myself that's grew due to other people wanting one. I shoot a 457 VPC. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's how I was asking. Light 'em Up Outdoors. It's kind of new. Somebody I hadn't seen on the live stream and looked like a YouTube channel or at least a business name. So that explains that. Nice having you, though. Let's see what else we got. If we can catch up, I'll go into a little bit of the stuff I got sitting here. New to the channel, appreciate everything you do. Appreciate you, man. We can't exist without you guys. There's 127 of you watching this right now. And yeah, couldn't do it without any of you guys. Really appreciate you guys. Keep me on my toes. That's a good thing about having a super engaged audience like you guys. You guys don't pull punches. A lot of my buddies and stuff are in my Discord. And if you think, even those guys that are in my Discord, if you think they pull punches, they don't. And I prefer it that way. That way you guys keep me honest. I know what you're looking for. And typically our interests align. So that helps a lot. What ammo have you found the best SD and ES out of? The absolute best ammo I've ever consistently shot for good SD and ES is RWS R50. I consistently can lot test that and get like a 3 SD with like a 10 ES. It's really, really consistent. Weirdly enough, I made a video today, or I filmed part of it. It's going to be mostly filmed back in here with me sitting here running my trap with video over it about why I shoot Healy. That'll come out in a couple weeks. But yeah, certainly RWS is probably up there. Lapua and Ely, I find about the same. I can test and get them about the same, but RWS R50 for me generally outperforms the other two in the consistency of muzzle velocity. Yeah, anything about XLR? I pretty much just shoot the NV Pros in 700, and I never think about them. I think he's talking about a left-handed option. Let's see. Back ordered a one-piece mount for Masterpiece Arms. Any insight how long the back order is going to take? I have absolutely no idea. MPA is not. I have a few MPA things, but I don't have a ton of their stuff. It's like the chassis deal. Whatever you end up kind of shooting first seems like you gravitate towards that. So I gravitate towards MDT and XLR as, my chassis stuff. Really looking forward to testing the new MPA if and when I can ever afford to get one. But fortunately, I'm not the good person to ask about that. What ES do you want to see in your ammo? Sub 20, it's hard to say. I pay attention more to the SD, my shot to shot, than I do ES, because a lot of things can skew ES. Like you get one just kind of crap shot in there, kills your ES, but under 20 is what I'm typically looking for. We got Mr. Hasbro. What's up, brother? Not trying to make you spend more money yet. Not yet. There's a guy in the section. His comment will be up. Not this one, but next. He's trying to make you spend more money. And we're actually going to talk about one of his videos that I saw today. Real interesting stuff. Lots of changes in the Rimfire world, and good things. So we're going to talk about his comment, or not his comment, but his video here in a second, actually. What would cause my 4% be extremely sensitive to hand position? Actually, like if I don't get my hand just the right spot, it goes crazy on group size. I don't think it's your gun. It sounds to me more like you either have a very egregious, terrible stock fitment to your action, or honestly, it's maybe just in your head. If that's not the case, then something is going on. Like if you have a good stock to action fitment, your rifle shouldn't care where your hand position is. That's one of the things I look at in a rifle system. You know, you have the rifle accuracy, but the whole thing becomes a system. And, you know, if something that small causes your system to fall apart, then that's something that needs to change. So that's why I typically run a lot of chassis. One, they balance better, but two, they seem to be dead to those kind of inputs. And that's what we want, because I want the gun to shoot the same if I'm on concrete bench as I do on a tree branch, off the ground, whatever. So it sounds to me like the only real thing that could be is something really wonky is going on harmonically with your stock to action, or that fitment is just really terrible or something. Let's get into this one. Gun wall look good. Appreciate you, brother. And we got Kenny. That's Kenny from Desert Precision Gunworks. If you guys don't know, he posted a video today, and I think it's something we're going to see across the industry. Though he has come up with a way to basically, I can't even talk. Basically, take what is a Rimex, which is a fixed extractor bolt face, and modify it basically with CZ style extractors to make it to where it'll single feed. Because the big thing about the Rimex is, if you guys aren't familiar, it's a super robust action, and they have one of the best mags in the game, but they have a fixed extractor. So you can't single feed them, and every now and again, you'll get a round that will push in front of the bolt face, and if you try and close the bolt on it, it will break the extractor. You can still shoot it, but then your extractor's broken, you'll never extract anything. So this is something I think we're going to see more commonly. But Kenny's video today, I think he's going to be the only one doing it the way he's doing it, certainly. So you have CZ style extractors, and it basically turns the one Achilles heel of the Rimex and basically negates it. And again, a really interesting thing, I think, not just within itself, but within the community, we're starting to see, well, we're not starting to see, this is kind of the first of what we're seeing, is that, you know, we're really no longer accepting norm like things, you know, like having something that push feeds isn't the norm. So that's why I think this year we're going to see more actions become available, and why all these modifications are going to be happening. And it's really good, because as a consumer, as a shooter, just when you think there's nothing else to do in the rimfire space, there's a ton to do, which is really cool, because, you know, I think we're almost at, or really at, the limit, the capabilities of the current ammunition, but there's always things we can do for reliability, ignition consistency, and just how shootable the guns are. So caught that today earlier, and then I saw him pop up here, so figured we should probably talk about that. And if you guys have questions, you'll be able to ask him in here. He still may be in the chat, so he can probably answer those for you. They at the range trying to stir some pot by saying, let's start a fight. Opinion on Anschutz versus 64. Man, I thought I was going to have to get in between two 70-year-olds the other day. I have no preference. I'm not an Anschutz guy. You know, I had my one Anschutz. They're good rifles, but I just don't shoot. They're not competitive in the arena that I shoot. What interests me is not where Anschutz excels. So I know them to be very high quality, very well finished, and timeless rifles, which is not a consideration in anything I'm looking to buy. So I don't really have a great answer, because it's just not my flavor, so to speak. Let's see. Salute. So if I want a 457, I will end up with new barrel stock and so on. Does it matter if I start with a cheaper? No, it does not, and I highly recommend you do. And what Beefalo is talking about is he basically wants to replace all the CZ anyway. So he's wondering, if he buys the cheapest action, is that going to hurt him? But no, it's not. They're all the same exact action. So the only thing you're paying for in the other models is either a matched chamber barrel and or the stock configuration it comes in. And sometimes the trigger's black, and then on the more expensive models like the MTR, it's going to be like a polished. But absolutely nothing fundamentally different between them. Buy the cheapest one you can if you're going to modify the crap out of it, which I think you should, because it's one of the best rifles to build off of in the game. Let's see. Should I get Illusion a 21-inch or wait for a 23 or 26? It depends on you. Do you need balance? If you need balance, do not get anything but the 26, because you know, this is the 26 and the traditional 0.9. and it will help you get balanced. There's a new barrel that they just came out with that I'm editing the video on tonight after this live stream. You guys will see what I'll tell you about it here. It's also 26 inches, but it's a 1-inch diameter. So you're seeing little zip pop up. See what people are doing, which is we want bigger diameter barrels at, 24 to 26 inches so we can balance guns. And they got one. And so I ammo tested it today, and that's what I'll edit and hopefully have out within a week. But if you're going to balance it, get the 26 inch. If you don't care about balance, if you're shooting off the bench, whatever floats your boat, I would go at least 23. Let's see. Hey, Josh, we should do a test on ammo SD at the target, finding the mock trimming from LITs to be true, seeing single digit SDs at the target with 13, 18. Oh, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, that would be pretty neat. Yeah, I mean, I guess when you're at the muzzle, you're kind of at the mercy of the accuracy of whatever you're using at the target. And there's more, I guess, inherent interference at the muzzle probably with gunpowder and fragments of crap because 22 is dirty. And then at the target, you're probably getting a better representation of that. And you're also probably going to see a more true, velocity because it's outside of that initial firing and on its way to the target. I would wonder if it's, well, I guess if you did 50 wouldn't matter. I guess if maybe the further you went, you could see probably environmentals affected, but that'd be pretty cool. I don't own that kit. Seems like you do, which that would be neat to have. That's for sure. Pretty interesting. Definitely. Great rifle with low budget scope or low budget rifle. Great scope. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get anywhere without the rifle. So if the rifle doesn't shoot and it's not fun to shoot, then you're never going to shoot it. You can get away with a lot less scope. I mean, almost anything over a couple $100 is going to be like hold it 0 and do what it needs to do. If you're talking PRS or NRL or other things, that answer may change slightly, but the gun is the first part of the equation. The scope, you can live with a lot of not great stuff on a scope, especially just for shooting targets and things like that. Let's see. He said he's seeing muzzle SD isn't as important from what I'm seeing as bonkers. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I honestly would have never even thought to to test it. I didn't even know anybody had something to test it. So I think for me, it's just muzzle velocity is what I have easy access to test with. But if there's other devices, it's probably pretty expensive if it's some of LIT's stuff. It sounds like it, but it'd be pretty cool to test just to compare, from a chronograph perspective and a downrange target, and maybe a video you're already working on, just to see the disparities in those. 10, I would say out of what I have and for general use, I do see when I have like a higher SD on my chronograph, I usually see that represented downrange with vertical dispersion. And then on the stuff that does show me lower numbers tends to be better. But I mean, to what extent, who knows? It could be a bias too. Maybe mentally, I see those low SDs on my chronograph and then, I just kind of say, oh, well, that's better. That's going to be better out there. Because, we all have that mental bias, whatever we believe in our brain, we tend to reaffirm by, lying to ourselves if need be. Let's see. We got Mr. Alaska Andy. Have you tried one of the new Anschutz 5418 MDTs? Have. If not, do you plan? No, I have. I'm trying to remember what the name of the freaking... I can't even remember then. That's how little of an Anschutz guy I am. I can't remember the name of the Anschutz I had. It wasn't an MDT ACC. It was the option that came like that. Maybe it was the... I don't think it was a 5418 though. I'm trying to remember. It'll probably pop in my head about 20 minutes from now. Went to my first 50-yard competition this weekend. Placed third with my new DP gun where it's 457. Enjoy your videos. Ton of useful information. Nice. Yeah, man. The 457s are awesome, especially if you take the time to build it or get it built. I think Kenny's the only one probably doing custom builds. I think you got MCR doing the pre-fits. They may be doing custom work too, but Kenny's been doing the 457s for quite a long time. Actually, it's funny because I see videos popping up. Like you see bigger YouTubers do videos like Gavin, Ultimate Reloader, did a video, like shooting out to whatever he shot to, and all that stuff. And I thought it was funny because if you go back on my channel like a year and a half or more ago, I have the Desert Precision Gunwork 457 at the Gas and Shooting Center in Missouri, and we're very easily, without even lot testing, we were very easily hitting 580 something yards. They have a 600-yard range there, but the berm is 600. The target is in of that, so it's like 580 something, 590. If you're from Missouri and you shoot a Gaston, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But we shot the IPSC and the little square. You know, so I think it's funny. You see some of these bigger guys make a video and you see people like kind of like, oh my God. And, you know, it's something we've been doing with like people like Kenny's guns and Jonathan's guns and for quite a while. It's pretty funny actually. But congrats on third. I got a little off topic there. Let's see. The Rimx 457 marriage, right? That's right, man. Let's see. We got Mr. Lefty in here. What's up, man? Let's see. Jeff Nielsen. My son and I shot our first match today. Thanks for all the guys in the community. I also enjoyed watching Kenny's handiwork firsthand. Nice. Yeah, where'd you shoot at? And what'd you think of it? And what would you change? Yeah, you got a new shooter mentality. There's probably other people in the audience here who are new shooters, or maybe they're looking to go to their first match. Maybe they're on their fence. So kind of give us a little bit what your experience was, what you thought about it if you're hooked, and what your planned upgrades are. Because everybody I know goes their first match and immediately plans what they need to correct and upgrade. But it's pretty cool. Let's see. You got Mr. Eagle Eye reporting to Mr. Devon. Let's see. We got Daryl from Tennessee. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for popping in. Let's see. We got somebody else here. Michael Litzner. I just got my DPG 4% barrel action recently with Kenny. It's running great so far. Thanks, Kenny. Awesome. Yeah, I love 457s, man. I don't even care. I have so many guns on the wall, but 457s are just, I don't know. It's just a great gun for the money. And there's something about, and I get this all the time in the comments. It's hilarious to me at this point, but everybody's like, oh, it's not even a CZ, you know, what's left on it? But that's the best part. Those people are blinded with ignorance. Like, that is the best part about a 457 is you can buy it on the budget and have a great gun. It's true. It's a great gun for the money, but you're not limited to that. It doesn't end there. You can build it to be whatever you want. You can have one custom built by a gunsmith, and they're competitive with everything out there. I mean, I truly believe the 450, especially mine and the other ones I've seen and had, they're competitive with a Voodoo, Rimx, whatever. Like, they will hold their own. And yeah, really, really great action for the money. Let's see. Dan was asking, what does the Rimx bolt conversion and the required new barrel cost? I would imagine you probably could work your barrel too. I don't want to speak for Kenny. He probably has a comment down there. But, you know, extractor relief cuts are all you need in the barrel. So that's not hard for a gunsmith. 54 action is stronger, better from what I've seen. Shot one from Ventress. It's awesome. I'd like to try. If I shot another anti-shoots, I probably want to do a single shot for like a Ventress kind of build since I have so many repeaters. Excuse me, and they work so good. And we're up to 200 people right now. This is freaking pretty nuts. I think I gave you guys like a 30-minute notice, but I will get to the comments. Don't beat me up too bad. I wanted to give this update to you guys. I touched on the Lilja. This is their 0.9 diameter. The 1 inch, you can see it right there. It's the same barrel from Lilja, but 1 inch diameter. Does balance the guns a lot better. And you'll see how it shoots in video. It doesn't disappoint. You'll see that. But another thing I want to talk about, especially on here, because you guys specifically asked for this. This is the Pete's pillar. It's mirrored because my camera's mirrored because I'm dumb. I can't figure out opposites. So when I need to point there, I need to know how to do it. So I mirror the camera. But Pete's pillar barrel. This is like the budget 457 barrel. A lot of people want to see this. I do have it in. I will start testing with it. And we're just going to do the ammo test, brand new target, shoot through the groups. It is what it is. You guys will see it. I don't think you should expect that this $300 barrel will beat this $500 barrel. I don't think maybe it does, because, there's statistical, odds of how barrels will perform, and there's going to be overachievers and underachievers in every one. But for what it is, I don't think we should expect this to be a Lilja. We should expect this to be a nicely finished, and it does appear to be nicely machined barrel that's capable of good accuracy for the money, which is about $300. Also, I have been testing this long enough. Everybody knows this magazine, 457 mag, and everybody knows you can't ever get these things, right? We can't get them. Sometimes they're in stock, sometimes they're not. Well, then there's the billet options, right? But not everybody wants to spend, $80, whatever even these go for now. I haven't bought some in a long time, but not everybody wants to spend that. So, been testing these. I've had a few of his optics. There's no ties between me and this guy. I don't make any money off of this, so it's not a sales pitch, but Armstrong Enterprises, it's Armstrong's LLC. So Armstrongs, like plurals of strong, LLC.com. Hey, he's had those low dollar scopes that I talked about that I thought were really good for kids and youth. So he started making mags, and you can tell they're printed. Everybody here knows I do not love 3D printing. This is made from fiber polymer, but it is pretty strong. Like, if I broke this right now, I wouldn't care, but it's pretty strong. It is printed, but it's under 20 bucks, 10 round magazine. Are these going to be as nicely finished as the injection molded magazine? No. Are they going to be as good or as nice and slick as a billet magazine? No, but they're under 20 bucks and they're CZ mags. And he is like a US, kind of deal. Just one dude doing this. So I do have a couple of these. I've been running them. They haven't given me any problems. They work. Like I said, they're not as slick and as smooth and as refined as the other options, but they're under $20 and they work. 10 round working CZ mags. So if you're interested, you can check him out. And I may put it in the comments too. Sorry, back to this. Try and catch up. Kenny was responding here. I think basically said somebody asked him about the cost. It's a labor intensive thing. And this is for the Rimex bolt modification video we're talking about earlier. So he said he'll send out an email campaign. That makes sense. Pretty sure he's got to get a good idea of what it's going to cost him to run and do this stuff, because machining isn't cheap. Let's see. And this is earlier. It's a Boyd's Proforma stock glass bed. It's very solid, and it's bugging the crap out of me. If I put my thumb in my pocket behind the bolt, it shoots one hole 50-yard groups. Anywhere else, it's 1 inch. That makes 0 sense, dude. I mean, I don't even know. There's nothing in that system that should cause the gun to go from 1 hole to 1 inch at 50 yards with your thumb position. Like, that's just crazy. Like, there's nothing in the action, nothing you're doing with a thumb placement that's going to do that, like, that I can think of. I would take that stock and throw it in the burn barrel and burn it and get it at something else, because if the gun's capable of 1 hole and your thumb position moves it from 1 inch to 1 hole, then something's not right for sure. And I don't think it's with your actual barreled action. I have not tried E-Brown barrels at all. This is the Peach Pillar, is the first one I've tried outside of custom and Liljas so far. Let's see. Set figures. I just got in my first Lilja 23-inch barrel. Wanted a 24. They always seem to be up in the ante, and I'm glad here. I kind of skipped over this on accident, but I'm glad Kenny answered it, because I don't have any Mach 2 experience, like 17 Mach 2, but Kenny does, which is good. He's in here because, like I said, I don't. Never even shot 17 Mach 2. But, yeah, so that worked out really good. It's the ignition of 64 that I wanted for. So the 54 seems to be built better than the 64 from what I'm gathering from you guys. See, I went with a 21-inch Lilja, but I'm doing what I now call an open class hunter. Nice. Can't go wrong. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, especially if you're not trying to balance a gun. I tend to see, like, more consistency out of like the little bit longer barrels, but I've had a 21-inch Lilja that shot freaking amazing. I mean, amazing. I still got it. So, let's see. Trying to catch up on comments. Do I think there's a connection between SD and the presence of a carbon ring? There could be. I mean, of course, if the carbon ring gets bad enough, then it's going to cause more initial pressure spike, which is going to change. So given if there's a big carbon ring and then all of a sudden it breaks a big chunk of it off and now the chamber volume's smaller, and there's less pressure, then the velocity is going to, or less resistance, the velocity will go down. So it could, I would say, obviously the best case scenario is your chamber volume and everything doesn't, change. It stays the same. Let's see. Yeah, and Jonathan's got his ModX thing. Kenny's got his. They're different, the same but different, I guess you could call it. Both trying to achieve the same result of getting rid of the Achilles heel of the Rimex, and doing it in different ways. So Kenny's is like a CZ extractor with a spring clip, and I think Elrod's doing more like the I guess it'd be more like a voodoo style extractor. So kind of two different approaches at it, which is good for us. Options and more than one guy pushing the envelope is always good for the consumer at the end of the day. Let's see. Two guys can't benchers matches I go to, and they just don't seem to hang in there as well as the 54s. Top 5 guns last match were 54s and a 40X, if that helps any. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. What's your theory why it's been hard to find quality ammo? Seems like this time last year it was easier to find. I don't have a theory. I mean, I don't know. I used to have a connection with Ely that, I haven't had that in a while, long while, over a year. And, so I had a little bit of an inside scoop on ammo for them, but I have no idea. I mean, I imagine it comes down to availability of brass, priming compound, and all the components, and the level of quality that goes into it. But I'm just speculating, if I'm being honest. I just shoot it, really. I'm better at shooting it than knowing what the industry is doing to get it there. Let's see. You guys are wanting custom CZ barrel spun up text. Take a look at SNS Precision and Dent, and a good barrel on a CZ will absolutely hang in those actions feed. Yeah, there's no shortage of gunsmiths out there doing a bunch of good stuff on CZs, which is why I love them. Freaking love them. Does the barrel affect SD and ES? I mean, I don't know. So bench rest guys historically use longer barrels, and one of the theories behind that, and I don't know if it's true or not, it's just what they did and what I heard, and I think it's pretty common rhetoric in that arena, is the longer barrel usually normalize the SDs or help normalize the SDs. But I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say because even if you had two of the same barrels or whatever, and you swapped them in, the headspace could be a little bit different from one to the other as far as the tenon length, and something could just be different to affect it. So it's hard to compare really scientifically and come up with saying, but I would say not so much as ignition, the bolt setup, having consistent ignition and good ammo. Ask about Kenny's lead time on 457s. He's got a bonus coming in. He's feeling irresponsible. I think Kenny is quite a few months. He actually commented right here. He's at 9 months. I've probably been working on for a while. It's worth the wait. So yeah, Kenny's at 9 months right now. A lot of gunsmiths right now are months. 6 months ago, you said you were going to make a video on how to take the slop out of the Voodoo magazine. Take the slop out of the Voodoo magazine. Like a factory Voodoo magazine? I don't know. And Jim, let me know if you're talking about me or Kenny or somebody else in the chat. Take the slop out of a Voodoo magazine. Man, I have to go back and look. I don't really shoot Voodoo mags. I shoot L3I mags in my Voodoo. But maybe I did say something and I forgot, which is possible. Any idea what the bolt mod from Kenny? No, he said he's going to shoot out prices on it. Let's see. Threading the CZ 4% actions and my in-house barrels wire EDM cut. Let's see. Heard you're in the running for best 22 long rifle channel this year. I have no idea. I didn't even know there was a running for that. I should be in the running for the idiot who spends the most amount of money on 22 long rifle this year. Actually, I think I already got that in the bag, outside of, gunsmiths like John, Jonathan at MCR and Kenny. Those guys are spending real money, but that's their business. But for a consumer, yeah, I'm probably in the running for the idiot spending a lot of money on 22s. Personally, 4% is best bang for what you get out of a chassis coming out for it, and they'll be available on left hand. Nice. Sweet. More options. That's always good. I freaking love the CZ. I think I'm going to, actually, this year, I think I'm going to double down on CZs. I really do. I've got everything under the sun. I'm missing a few guns, but I kind of want to, I don't know. I just want another 1 or 2 CZs, mostly for this kind of stuff. Test different barrels, different setups, chassis, all that good stuff. I have no opinion on those barrels because I've never used them, unfortunately. And Tree Feather, you're special. That's why. I'll throw my freaking boomerang you gave me from here, and it'll come over there and clock you in your stupid Aussie head in Tennessee. You ain't careful, buddy. I can come out there to nationals, too. I'm not invited, but I can still come. Let's see. I watched channel for 3 years now. Quality with good testing and explanations. Learned a lot with my 457. Went from scout, bought an MTR barrel in stock secondhand. Nice. Appreciate you watching, brother. Still love making these videos, hanging out with you guys. Let's see. Would love 4%, but lefties are possible to find. I would agree. I had to go Burgundy and Voodoo to get wrong-handed guns. Yeah, way easier to find them in those two. I 100% agree with you there. I don't know why 457s and just CZ in general drags their feet. I've been trying to worm my way into the door of CZ, and not for I don't really care. I have my CZ stuff. I'd really just like to be able to talk to those guys and get kind of an inside knowledge into it. Hopefully, if there's anything ever new, get to be on R&D, test that, and just talk to them from a perspective of someone who talks to a lot of you guys and shoots a lot of CZs. I'd love to get in the door to CZ, but it's a struggle. Something I found interesting is Chris Simmons cleans his rifle very regular. I mean, cleaning is very much a personal thing. I clean the hell out of my rifles. Typically, lately, the last couple of months, I've been lazy as hell, and I haven't cleaned them as much. It's very personal preference. My personal thing is I can keep it clean, and I know what to expect. I know what's going to happen in those 200 to 300 rounds, which is nothing but what I expect the gun to do. Can you push it out and never clean it? Yes, of course you can. The 22 doesn't create enough pressures and things for things to go really crazy. And basically the bullet is going to clean out the debris in front of it. So it's only going to get so dirty, but there are certain points where things can happen. You start getting a big carbon ring, then part of that carbon ring can break. It could cause a flyer. I've never been the guy to want to push it just for no reason. Because I know what the gun's going to do when it's clean. I know how it acts when it's clean. So I just keep it clean. Chris, I think, is like that. Everybody's a little different, but, find what works for you and do that, because there's no wrong answer in Rimfire, especially. Only rule in Rimfire is there are no rules. No matter what you think, we all think, especially guys who've been doing this a long time, we all think we got everything nailed down, and you don't. You don't. Because if you think you got it nailed down, then you're probably not open-minded enough to see what you're missing, because it's still very much, a learning adventure. It's so hard to nail facts down with 22s, but that's what makes it fun. We got the old Timber Lodge. Brother, I appreciate you, man. You didn't have to do that. I'm going to go back and I'm going to go to your channel and super thanks you back. How about them apples? But I appreciate you, brother. Let's see. Threaded barrel, target crown. I don't like threaded barrels because I tend to not check freaking thread, whatever you call it. Dang it, I'm going brain dead. I never check the thread protector, and I don't want it loosening up. I don't want it coming off. I'm never screwing anything on my 22 barrel, so I prefer to have me just good old-fashioned. Oh, I pointed in the wrong direction. That was dumb. Just a good old-fashioned target crown. The other thing I don't like is there's not a lot of material there. I don't like that when it's threaded, it's done after the fact, so I don't want that, that process going on my barrel after it's already been kind of finished. See, hey, Jeff, I can get lefties pretty easily for the 4%. If you need a factory one, let us know. I'll send you over to your FL. Nice. Sweet. And he's going to get a hold of Kenny. Josh, are you using Pete's profile fire pin? Just almost sweet. I did not. I haven't. They look pretty much like all the other ones. I'm using, I had Elrod do my firing pin when I was up there last, and it's basically the same thing. I've used other ones in the past. I've done them myself, but yeah, they're basically all to the same effect. So you don't need your old 20-inch MTR anymore. Well, you ain't getting it. I ain't getting rid of it. I actually loaned it out to a YouTuber. It took me forever to get it back. Forever. People were pitching a fit because I had a Loja barrel instead of the MTR barrel on it. So I ain't getting rid of it. 9 times soon. Yeah, that's my plan, Robson, was to get a 2500. Unless something else piqued my interest. I'm trying to catch up with these comments, man. I'm getting behind. Slacking. My son is 9. He shot a Bergar BMR, Bushnell Match Pro, Trigger Tech Primary, shot CZ457 Match Pro, Yode Spring. We finished last, but it's expected the match was in Red Oak. Sweet, but yeah, more importantly, Jeff, did you have a lot of fun, and are you going back? Nobody. That's pretty much it. It is to say that's not being snarky. You're pretty much expected to be last when you go to a match like that because it's different from everything. No matter how prepared you think you are, unless you shoot that style of shooting, positional shooting, you will never be prepared to go to a match. But it's good experience, and you got a good place to build from. And it sounds like you got some good rifles. So, but I'd be interested to hear how much fun or not fun you had, what you thought of the other people there, and overall the experience, and if you're going back. Have you done any more shooting with a B14R factory heavy barreled action? I'm very interested to see how it performs. I haven't done a lot. I've done a little bit. I'm waiting on some ammo to come in, and then I'm going to test a little bit more ammo, and then we're going to shoot it some more. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Have you been zucked again? No. So he's talking about I'm not on Facebook. I got a new phone, and Facebook is like punted me like 3 times. When I got a new phone, it keeps trying to reconnect me to Facebook through my old banned by Facebook account. So I tried twice, and I was like, you know what? I'm done. I didn't really need to be on Facebook anyway. Kind of sucks. I did like Marketplace, and I like being able to chat with some of you guys. So if you've been sending me messages and I've not been getting them, go over to Instagram, shoot me a message. That's the best way because I'm not on Facebook anymore. Let's see. What else we got? Thanks for all info you put out. I picked up 4% MTR based on your reviews. I'm going to shoot my first count. Nice, man. Yeah, you'll have a lot of fun. William Gittins, 213. Don't worry about it, brother. I'm not really worried about. I'd rather YouTube maybe not. Like, we don't need to push like the algorithm. We got a good group of people in here. Like, hey, there's nothing. This is fun. Like, the live stream is just a good way to interact with you guys. Really gonna get nothing out of it, but I prefer YouTube not know we're here. So do not feel bad about not liking it. I don't even look at those. We'll keep YouTube out of our business if we can. But I appreciate the thought and consideration, though. Let's see. Hello, Josh. One of the guys shoot with just got one Pete's barrel to try. He's shooting well for the money. Nice, yeah. I'm hoping that's what I'm gonna see. And I talk to them. I have realistic expectations of what it is, and I hope to say, I hope to see that come to fruition, and I hope it's and this isn't, they didn't cherry pick it. And we talked, the off the shelf one, so we'll see. Hopefully, it'll be a good barrel. Let's see. Would you expect that you could do a custom build that would outperform Voodoo Remixes? Yeah, I mean, it's so. I tell you this: CZ457s, for as simple as they are, they have extremely good ignition. Everything wrapped around that is concerning reliability, right? Like, so we're talking, how the action and stuff goes in there, but the ignition is setting off the round. We just need to get the round in the same place every time, which is really easy to do with a modern manufacturing. And we need to have really good consistent ignition. Then everything left to that point is barrel and ammo. For 457s, you can get any barrel you want spun up. The same barrels that go on custom Voodoos and Remixes. So once you have really good ignition, that's all that's left. So what I like about the CZ, it's a very basic and simple action, and everything wrapped around it is very simple and easy. And it makes it really reliable. Does it feel as good as the Voodoo and Remix? No. But for those of us who have been, behind the gun when you're having fun or you're behind a clock, you never really feel that action anyway. What you do feel is how much it sucks when it doesn't work, when it doesn't feed, and CZs tend to not have those problems. So yes, they for sure can outperform a Voodoo or Remix just as easily as a Voodoo or Remix could outperform them, or A could outperform C and B and C. Any way you mix that up, it really comes down to, I think, in those three, ammo, barrel, and, as long as it's not janky. If it's set up by a good gunsmith or, a good factory set up with a good premium, whatever, as long as the fitment's good and things are good and consistent, that I think to me they're apples to apples, quite honestly. People who argue against that, I would say those people don't probably have messed with enough CZs to shot them side by side with their Voodoos and Remixes to know otherwise. But yeah, I've trued enough guns with buddies that I think with enough really good guns and my own guns, and to safely say I think that's a pretty accurate statement. We got Mr. Big Country. What's up, brother? Nice to see you. I have no experience with carbon wrap stuff because I don't trust them as much. It's a personal thing, no real experience, but I don't have anything to say that would help because I don't really ever shoot them. You could shoot 17 Mach 2. That'd be a Kenny question since he built his. I would say ballistically is probably way better, but you're not going to be able to shoot in competition, so they're not going to allow it. That's a general question to the audience, I think. I've had good luck with Lapua long range in my MDR, like decent luck, not quite crazy. Let's see. We got the 2500. Yeah, I'm super interested to get a 2500. That's probably what I'm gonna get unless something just pops up that I can afford. Oh yeah. Yeah, there was only a couple in there, but he's gonna make more. So I think he has more coming in. So just do the email thing. He only had like a couple in stock. I looked today to see how much they cost. Because I don't know. He sent me these. I've been beating the crap out of them just to make sure and just running them. They work. And yeah, he's a good guy. Like, seems like he's like good intentions. I forget, post a price up. It's under $20. It's really cheap. So I figured they would sell out as soon as I said that because there was only a couple. But they'll come back. So just do the in-stock notification request or whatever he has going on there. Does Lapua lot define average shooter? The average competitive shooter? Yeah, it always makes sense. If you're just shooting for the fun of it and you're not wanting to buy a case of ammunition, then no, it doesn't make sense. If you know you're going to have that gun barrel for a long time and you can buy a case of ammunition, then yeah, because it's really not going to cost you. It's not costing you anything extra, and you're going to get a better result. So it's really just what the average shooter, I guess, is doing with it. Because technically I could be an average shooter, but I'm going to lot test. Let's see. Is a heavy barrel at 20 inches less accurate than a 26-inch traditional size barrel? The diameter in the 22, I don't think is really going to matter as accuracy. It's really just going to come down to luck of the draw, because even the same barrel blank You get 10 of the same barrel blank, they're going to perform differently. Like, it's just how it is. So it's hard to say what's going to be more accurate just based on size. Can you tell me if the 24-inch MTR is the same profile as 20-inch, or is more like that? I don't know if the 24 is the same. I never had the 24 MTR barrel. I only had the 20-inch factory one. Will you? Yeah, sure. I'll bore scope this bad boy. I don't really worry too much about, what the bore looks like, as long as there's not crazy good things. I think it's button rifled, so it's not going to look like button rifle barrel is not going to look like this hand lapped, or however they lap these Liljas. But yeah, I'll definitely bore scope it before I shoot it. I can do that pretty easily. I was wondering why CZ doesn't make a hunting 22 rifle with MTR action. I'd like to hunt with it. Well, the actions are the same. So the MTR action is the same as the other. You get like silver trigger, but it's the same action. There's no difference. Isn't CZ 4% available in the U.S. looking for a hunting room with your experience with the carbon barrel? I think, I don't have any experience with the carbon barrel, but, for hunting, yeah, why not? Like, I don't have any experience with them because I'm going to shoot it 100, 200, 300 times in a session or whatever. And I want that big steel barrel to dissipate the heat quickly. Let's see. Great mind seeing like really start building these actions with zero flaws. Yeah. I think the problem is they already think they have zero flaws. So let's see. Got Mr. 6mm Super. Appreciate you watching, brother. Let's see. I think it's basically the same thing. Like, it's really about how it's cut and finished and the ammo. There's not really, I don't think there's like, this barrel material and this is going to be more accurate all the time than the other. It's really, as far as I know, I don't think you can boil it down to that much. And I think this was the same one as earlier. Kind of already covered that one. Let's see. As fast as the 22 long rifle community is growing, do you think Lapua Artemis will ramp up and meet the demand? What do they think? 20 is suddenly not going to. No, and I think they're full tilt, man. I think they are. Honestly, like, those guys are producing a lot of ammunition. I don't know about Lapua. Ely's been producing a lot. I'm sure Lapua is too. Is there any news on the V22 mag? They're under new ownership. Yeah, I heard they got bought out. Dude, I have no idea. I do not talk to those guys a lot. I talked to maybe Gray once in a blue moon. And we're talking about Voodoo. But I don't have the inside loop with those guys at all. I don't really talk to them. The marketing guy I was talking to when they first announced the magazine, and for like a year, I asked him about the magazine, and I just quit asking at this point. So I got the same answer every time. Like, we don't know yet when it's coming. So, I have no idea. Wish I did know. Let's see. I have swapped bolts around the CZs. I didn't notice anything different. The only thing I noticed was maybe one, like, it was a little tighter on headspace, a little tighter bolt close, when I already had the barrel shimmed in. But that's pretty much it. So maybe like a thousandths of difference, but the gunshot the same. I didn't really notice any different, but I haven't done it a lot either. I didn't do it with the intention of that. It's just something I did at one point for whatever reason. And I'm getting way behind on these. Let's see. Speaking of mag slot, the L3i CZ 415 mags are tight. No play at all when inserting a rifle, but maybe a little stiff trying to remove them. Yeah, I think they could be a little bit of thicker. What have you heard through your contacts about what new stuff is coming along? Well, they wouldn't be my contacts much longer if I was releasing stuff that isn't released yet on live stream. So unfortunately, my lips are sealed. But I think you can expect to see a new action or two. I think you can expect to see more progression. Obviously, we got Kenny and Jonathan at MCR doing Rimex stuff, making them Rimexes better. Yeah, that's all I can pretty much say, because like I said, those guys tell me some things to help me prepare for videos and things like that. But I got to respect their privacy. Can't spill the beans on the internet. But when I can, I will. Let's see. Got a 4% MTR, shoots Ely ammo really fast. Even the slowest slots of ammo shoot around 1140, 11. Holy crap. No, I don't. That's really fast. That's really, really. Most of mine are 1100, 1130. Although the newest lots of Ely ammo are fast. Like they're advertised like 1060, 1070 on the box, which means they're going to be up there. So it could just be you got to hold some really fast Ely, and that could be doing it. Could be I don't know. Could be something in the barrels, but it's not doing it to Lapua, which is weird. I don't know. Ely shoots fast in most of my guns. Could be something specifically with yours. Although that seems fast for SK too. So yeah, maybe something specific to barrel. This was for Kenny. And that was Kenny chiming in, tight bore in that barrel, tight spot. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, especially with SK shooting 1100. That's pretty fast across the board. Pretty fast. So anything that's going to increase resistance is going to increase velocity. Just building up more pressure. So it could be, like I said, tight spot. Could make sense. We got from Canada. Just put a comp on my 4% environment. Do you know if it affect my accuracy at all? Yes, it can in both ways, good and or bad. Don't know till you try it. Just the fact of the mechanics of that being on the barrel, no, it shouldn't affect it, but could harmonically negatively impact it or positively impact it. I'm going to try and get caught up here. So about another 15 minutes, and then I'm going to have to jump off here for the night. Best pre-fit Bergara V14R barrel. Actually, I don't know who makes the best pre-fit. The only pre-fits I tried were IBI barrels, and to me, the factory Bergara barrels were just as good. I've only tried 2 of them, so limited run on that. Hasbro says he's got to be on the running and the idiots from spending money on 22. Yeah, we're all up there, man. It's, at this point, it's more like, what the heck's the name of the... I was nominated at one point. I think Kenny's been nominated too. It's a YouTube. I mean, let's be honest about what I forget the name of it, but it's a YouTube popularity contest. Like, you guys nominated us, which is pretty cool. We always appreciate, getting nominated. But at the end of the day, it's a YouTube popularity contest. Those with the most amount of subscribers win. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah. Fun stuff. I have a 23-inch Lilja, switch from factory barrel. Now notice that my misses are completely my fault. Well, that's best case scenario. Is when you miss, it's your fault. Should I buy a 4% MTR for about $950? Farmers 600 for competing events. If you're going to eventually upgrade it, get the varmint. Save yourself the money. If you absolutely love the MTR stock, then buy it. If you don't love it, then don't, because you're going to move away from it anyway. Ring a ring and need someone to push my cart around. Yeah, you're gonna be in your caddy. Definitely ain't gonna pay enough to make it worth going up there. So yeah, to swap out plastic mag for metal to get those L3Is to fit in my 457. Yeah, that could be stacking tolerances there, but yeah. Let's see, Josh, do you still have that same T-shirt? Got the same one? Would like to reorder. I don't. I do pre-orders. I just unfortunately closed one last week or 2 weeks ago. I'll do another one in about a month. So best way to know about that is to just basically make sure you're subscribed still and get notifications, because I'll post it in the community section that the pre-orders are live. And we unfortunately just did one and closed it. So it'll be another month or 2. But I actually have one. Depends on what size you are. Comment down below really quickly, because I'm going to have to get off here in 10 minutes. What size you are. May be able to hook you up. Let's see. You, dude, you were in Missouri at the time. Factory manager couldn't find L3 magazine for sale. Do they fit better? I have an XLR MB Pro and the factory magazine wobbles side to side. Oh, that's weird. Let's see. I don't know if they'll fit any better. I mean, that's going to be maybe a magwell. Maybe just get the other upgraded magwell. That's what I do on all mine, get the metal one. What's the best Bergara B14R pre-fed barrel? I think that's the one we already got. I don't really have a good answer for that because there's not really many people making pre-fits. Mostly I pretty much have to, like IBI makes a pre-fit, but other than that, it has to go to a gunsmith. See, oh yeah, I forgot about the NDR mags. My 15 rounder is really nice, but it doesn't fit in the ACC. It doesn't work with the ACC, unfortunately. I think it will in the new Premier Gen 2, which will be really cool. So he couldn't get his L3i mags to work, only tried 2 of them. But I heard you got to get the DIP mag. Well, yeah, mine seemed to work in both of them. I think I still have a plastic one over there, but yeah, most of mine are the dip magwells. That's probably the safest bet. Thing of building a 457. If you don't care now, if you want it to be a trainer, Bergara. If you don't want to be a trainer, 457. Let's see. 22 barrel lengths for accuracy. I tend to like 23 to 26 inch barrels for balance. As far as accuracy, like they're not worse for sure. I mean, my 23 to 26 inch barrels all perform really well. But I mean, I would get your diameter and barrel length based on what you want to do with it, how you want to balance the gun, and then go from there. Let's see. And that is right, Big Country. You can keep that sucker consistently clean, but yeah, can't keep it consistently dirty. Let's see. What's the Discord? Unfortunately, so the only thing, so my Discord is for the Patreon and YouTube guys, and I'm not goading you into joining that. I'm just telling you that's like literally the only benefit of being on the YouTube member or the Patreon is the Discord. And keep it there because we do run some monthly competitions and there's some prizes and things like that. We do some challenges and yeah, we have a lot of fun, but the Discord is just, unfortunately for those guys, if I had more time, if I wasn't working another full-time gig, I would have a free Discord as well, but I just would never be in it because, I mean, I have a hard enough time keeping up with YouTube and the other Discord and comments and life, family, work, and all that stuff. So it's not an excuse. It's just, it is what it is. Unfortunately for right now, that's the only thing. Mr. Kenny with his answers there on that. And a big Josh fan, considering he's in the right, going to clean every time I've been out there. Let's see. That's funny. Appreciate you, Big Timber. And I'm trying to catch up, guys. Any recommendation for ammo shooting 200 yards, getting good results for SK match CCI standard at 1500 but not 200? I like Ely and Lapua out of distance. Ely, Lapua, RWS, the big three. That's when you start paying a little bit extra for ammo. That's when I start seeing it pay dividends on the targets downrange, getting a better SDES, better consistency. Let's see. Let's see. So cameras for downrange. When I'm downrange, actually the camera I'm on right now, which is the Sony ZV-E10. That is my downrange camera. Back behind this camera, you can't see it, is my main camera, which is a Sony A6600. And then I also run, now I'm also running the Track spotting scope with the Digiscope and the iPhone 15 Pro Max. That's been working pretty good. But yeah, Sony is how I roll on my cameras. Any recommendations? Oh, okay, good. We already got that one. Appreciate you, man. Clady Bug, you didn't have to do that, but we do appreciate you. What's the best for RP14R pre-fit barrel? I don't have a locksmith chamber and don't want to go. IBI is pretty much, as far as I know, your only option for pre-fits. Man, if you guys know something else besides that, I don't. Maybe somebody in the chat does, but IBI barrels out of Canada. I almost said California, Canada. they sell prefits. So if you're looking for prefits, probably what you're going to have to do. Let's see. With the 457 Timmy Townster, how low would you think it could be taken? Mine are down at 6 or 7 ounces. Now, the thing about them is with the Timneys, when you set them like as low as they're going to go, you're going to wear them in to the point where it's not going to hold the sear. Basically, you're going to pull the bolt, push the bolt forward, close it, and the sear is going to let go. It's just going to like never hold it. So if you're going to shoot a match or whatever, you may want to just bump it up a little bit. But I run mine down 6, 7 ounces, which is bottomed out. And then I break the gun in over 400 or 500 rounds, and then I reset it, and then usually it's good. I haven't had to do anything since then, but basically you can take it down below the 10 ounce marker. We worked with a great patient group, definitely going back. Nice. That's good to hear, man. Appreciate you, Brad. Let's see. We got Mr. 22 Lima Romeo up in the house. This guy makes some really, really good NRL 22 content. If you're looking to get into that, he does the monthly. It's also on the NRL 22 board. So he directly influences like how the matches are run, all those kind of things. So good dude here. Go check him out on YouTube. And he's a freaking handsome devil with a hairline that'll just piss you off. He is just a handsome devil. Makes you mad as a YouTuber when you see someone that freaking good looking in the 22 space. But I do love the guy. Jeremy's a great guy. So go 22 Lima Romeo. Subscribe to him for sure if you haven't. Let's see. Man, I'm trying to catch up. I'm skipping over some of these. I'm not doing it purposely. Like Kenny's making some comments for you guys and replying to some things. I'm trying to get caught up because my wife's going to kill me if I stay on here too much. But I'm trying to answer any pertinent questions I can. Let's see. Voodoo Remix guys need to justify extra money spent. I would say that you don't need to justify it, honestly. As a Voodoo and Remix guy, they're very nice actions. I mean, I don't ever feel like I shouldn't have bought a Voodoo or Remix or whatever. They're nice for what they are. They're really, really nice. And I enjoy them. You will enjoy them too. But you know, they're not like some people think, oh, well, you know, the Voodoo costs more and it just can't be competed with by CZ. And it's just not true. But you know, yeah, I hear what you're saying for sure. Oh, let's see. I shot a Sewell once. Were very cool rifles. I only shot the one I shot really well. I think it's worth messing with. Worth trying one for sure. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, the carbon, you know, I don't know. I see a lot of people would have impact shift problems with the carbon barrels when you're sitting there shooting a bunch at a time, but I can't really attest to it because I never really owned one. I've just shot some buddies and known some guys who had them and had issues. Let's see. How does a chassis or masterpiece or MTR actually improve accuracy over the other names in the game? A chassis, as long as it has a good inletting, I don't think it's going to ergonomically improve it, make it easier to shoot, make it easier to balance. I don't really believe that they're making anything more accurate inherently just because it's going into a chassis. That's my particular feelings on it. Other people may not agree, but I think it makes it easier to shoot, more ergonomic, those kind of things. Let's see. Valcourtson has not, so I don't know if they're still working on them, but they have not sent me any new updated parts, which is why I haven't done a re-review or anything on that stuff. Let's see. Yeah, chiming in here. Buddy's talking about his test results. You're always going to get those good results for sure. Would I say that 457 is better than BMR? Yes, I would definitely say that. Let's see. And Mr. Dirt, so he sent me some parts. He sent me the extended mag release. I haven't. I'm going to try and tear the gun apart tonight. He's got an extended mag release. Going to try that out. Guess he makes some mags too. I actually didn't know you made them. But yeah. Mr. Kenny was basically a summation of him talking about the heavier contour barrels, really aren't affected harmonically by gadgets you put on the end of them. I find that to be true myself, which is why I don't even get them threaded, because I like the truck axles. He's saying he could easily, push those to sell them for $400 or more bucks in his pocket, but he doesn't, because he doesn't find they work, which is the same perspective I have on it too. Let's see. CZ changed their lineup now. The MTR and 2 high-dollar options say something about they had something done to improve. Actually, it must be the NRO guys. And this is popular now. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Maybe they changed the inletting. Maybe it's a more solid. Maybe it's a deader. Like they have more material contact with the action or something that's deadening something. So yeah, but I'm not really sure about that. Because I can shoot my rifle on the MTR stock, put it in a chassis, and it shoots the same. I don't really see any generic improvements over that. Let's see. Why is the foreign 22 long ammo so much better? Mostly because most of the companies are European, and they have been making Olympic 22 long rifle ammunition for a long, long time. And it just seems to be who makes the precision ammo. So CCI has really never made precision ammo. That green tag stuff, I don't like green tag. I don't think it's worth the money. But yeah, the Europeans just been making that kind of ammo for a long time, and they pretty much have handled the market. So probably not a lot of room for somebody new to try and get in that game. Let's see. Appreciate you watching, brother. Another Aussie in the house. Always good to have. Let's see. Have you ever seen a factory barrel 457 Voodoo Killer? I've had a lot of factory barrels. I've had some good factory barrels, but I don't know that I've had like factory CZ barrels that would take out like my Voodoo and Rimex stuff, or custom guns. It's out there, I'm sure, for dang sure. We got Mr. Whippler. What's up, brother? In the house with the coolest ammo cases in the game. And I really need to catch up. Boy, I'm way behind. Oh, man. Any plans on bench rest 22 mag? I don't know about mag, but 22 bench rest, yes, eventually when I can financially recover from the dumb mistakes I made in the last 6 months, and I do want to do a bench rest build. Any suggestions on why I can to aim better access for the mag release? Well, I mean, I'll know on this mag release I'm about to test. That may help you, but short of like hogging out your stuff, you can clearance the inside of the mag well forward of it. That's certainly going to help if you're handy, oh, look, yeah. If you're handy, mill a 1/2-inch slot in front of the mag well to stop to access the latch, and you see the new Premier Gen 2 chassis has this feature in it. Yep. Yeah, that would be a great place to start. I can stick my little booger scraper in there. For now, it doesn't seem to bother me, but if you got bigger fingers than me, yeah, you may need to do that. We got the Redneck Preppy. Yeah, and the NDR mags are really nice. Really, really nice mags. Let's see. No problem, Brian Turner. Appreciate you. Oh, here we go. KI Precision makes Bergara prefits. There you go. Perfect. And yes, they are a weird thread and a weird tenon. I did not know Lothar makes one. That's good information too. And that would explain the notification I got. I will send you the, oh, sweet. Did you get the Discord link? I've been trying to automate that to work. But if not, I will send it to you. Let's see, Mr. Hasbro, being a plastic engineer, I would buy a carbon wrap barrel if I expect to still be shooting 15 to 20 years from now. Polymer binders holding the carbon matrix will start breaking down. Got it. Mr. Day at the range, talking about how proof kind of crap the bed. And maybe that's where I'm getting, maybe that's the people I heard were shooting those. But I've heard some guys with a factory carbon prefits had a little POI shift too as they shot them, and it got hot. Clay, better put that vape down. Yeah, bad habits. Die hard. Who's Kenny? Well, it's not the Kenny from South Park. It's Kenny from Desert Precision Gunworks. He's in the chat here. You'll see him as Eagle Eye, either shooting or, Eagle Eye shooting. I couldn't remember if it was precision or shooting. If most competitions are 50 to 100 yards, no, not for 50 to 100, but a lot of the competitions we shoot or the PRS and NRL 22X matches, they are much further, 300 to 400 yards. And in that case, the scope is very, very important. Yep, and that's Kenny, about the same experience as me. Get them down to 1810. I think that's like the safe zone. You can get them lower, but yeah, the Sears can do funny things, which why I think they say they're 10 to whatever ounces, because that's kind of where they want you to have them. I cheat it down a little bit before that, a little lower than that, about 6, 7 ounces. But yeah, let's see. Got any 24-inch loads? Just let it go. No, these are like my test barrels. I got to have them around for the channel to do things with. Is the barrel first thing to upgrade? If you're happy with the trigger, then yeah, probably. Let's see. He says it's working. He's on the Discord now. Great. I'm trying to catch up because I need to get off here in the next few minutes or I'm going to be a dead man. I will not see any more videos from me because my wife will kill me. Let's see. That's funny. Robert's trying to swindle Kenny and doing the bolt upgrade for me. That's funny. Let's see. Chris Long. Hasbro. Mr. Chris Lang in the house. Let's see. Somebody else saying they got one of Kenny's new 40% bills with threaded barrel conversion. It's a hammer. Isn't picky with ammo. Great to hear. Love to see people having really good results with the CZs because I freaking love them. They're just really good actions to build on. Okay. So I am going to bow out at this point. I super appreciate all the questions. I'm sorry if I skipped over any. I tried to hit all of them. We will do it again in short order, maybe a week or two. I'll bump back on here probably on a Sunday. Lots of videos coming up with the new Loja barrel. Lots of things going on in the industry this year. It's going to be an action-packed year. Obviously, we already got Kenny. If you didn't see his video, he released a Rimex bolt mod, or not bolt, bolt face mod today for the Rimex. You have Jonathan MCR is doing something similar, 2 different flavors, same end result, I think, which is pretty cool. Got some new actions coming out. Got all sorts of videos coming out, 1022 stuff, ammo stuff, Loja barrel testing, this guy, the Pete Spiller barrel testing, just all sorts of stuff. Got some new actions coming, the Premier Gen 2. So yeah, lots of good stuff going on. I can't believe that we've basically maintained over 200 of you guys on the live stream. Big thanks to everybody who shows up, everybody who watches the channel, enabling me to do this for you guys. But yeah, thank you all for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.